Hey everybody, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to attempt to fix the valve stem on the tractor. Yep. We do get it fixed though, get it up and going, run the pulverizer on the YouTube Yacht Road, end up taking the Outback down the YouTube Yacht Road, give you a little tour of how it's going, drop a couple trees, and then we try to cut a cookie out of this down tree to see if there's anything salvageable on the inside of it. And then of course I'm going to finish it off with some awesome family time. To get it all started though, we're going to do a drone flyover of the Jane Moser headed downriver, the 15 barge tow loaded full of crushed aggregate. We'll get some close-up shots of the aggregate as well. And towards the end of this clip, I get what I think is a pretty cool shot of the water breaking over the head of the tow with the sunshine coming through it. I just think it's a really pretty shot, and hopefully you guys do as well. And then we're going to jump right into getting that tire fixed. Alright, so we're going to take the Outback and see if we can get the tire fixed on the John Deere 755 compact utility tractor. So if you missed the video a few videos ago, and I'll throw up an info card, I was using the pulverizer with the tractor and got a log stuck under the pulverizer, and it jammed it into the tire of the tractor and pushed the valve stem off, which of course let all the air out. So we got some new valve stems. We're going to see if we can get one put in. I'm trying real hard to do this without having to take the bead off, so I'm doing it a little bit backwards. And it takes a few attempts, and turns out it's a good thing I bought a multi-pack of valve stems.
Come on, baby. Okay. Cool. Very cool.
So third time's the charm on this one. End up using the vice grips to hold the valve stem in place. So I put air in it. Of course, once you get air in it, the pressure helps hold that valve stem in place, and it'll kind of seat itself. Trying to adjust those vice grips one-handed there while I hold it with the needle nose not to drop that valve stem. We don't need three of them rolling around in there. We'll get this thing aired up, and we'll get to using that pulverizer and see if we can get some of those ruts fixed on the YouTube Yacht Road. You can see the air coming up in the tire there, obviously. That is the only air compressor I have, what you see in the picture there. This is a video, what you see in the video there. So it did take a couple trips back and forth from the house, filling it up and coming back out and putting more air in the tire. But the valve stem did eventually seat, and we did get the recommended amount of pressure on there per the sidewall of the tire. And it's been about 3 days since I recorded this video, and it's been holding up just fine. All right, so we got that tire fixed. Definitely not a tire mechanic, but we got it done. Not bad for a homeowner. What are you gonna do, right? You just got to keep going until it's fixed. So this was the worst section of the YouTube Yacht Road when we put this culvert in. It has taken the longest to dry out, which makes sense. It had the most amount of fill. It's supposed to rain the following day, and I'm just trying to drag some of these ruts in so that rain will help pack those ruts in with the material we're going to put it in today. If you're not familiar with this project, we're in the process of building a road back to the Hoosier National Forest boundary, where we're going to build a cabin in the shape of a towboat or a tugboat or some sort of river-going vessel to stick with the whole river theme of the river town we live in. Anywho, we've got a few shots of this going on, and then we're going to give you a little bit of tour of the road process by driving the Outback down it, and then we're going to get to cutting some trees down. All right, so we're starting where we were just working on the tractor tire earlier. We have made a lot of progress on this road, and I'm not too upset about the timeline, considering I'm just working on this on my days off, and especially with all this COVID mess going on right now. A little bit of hesitation here, trying to figure out if I have the time to pull myself out if I get stuck. The math checks out fine. We're going for it. And of course, no problems. I don't know if that's due to the Outback or due to the dirt work, but either way, we made it just fine. We have made a lot of progress on this road, like I said, but we have not got the base rock down yet, and I'll explain why. So we use what is called chert rock here, and it's incredibly affordable. For me to get it, it's about $4 to $5 a ton, but it's not something you can call up on the phone and say, hey, I need a load today. You have to haul in your own equipment to dig it up. You have to use your own trucks to haul it. It comes from a local gentleman's property. It is absolutely worth all the trouble to do it for that price per ton, but like I said, it's just kind of a moment of opportunity, and the opportunity hasn't quite come yet. So hopefully soon we'll get it, and we can get that figured out. All right, so I finally got some chaps, and I was pretty hesitant. I always thought they kind of look cumbersome, you know, and the only safety gear that's worth having or spending money on is the safety gear you're going to use, and I just didn't know if I would actually use them. And I have to say, this is a Husqvarna brand. I got them off Amazon, I believe. I'll put the link in the description. You can check them out if you're curious about them. I have to say, far more comfortable than I expected. It was pretty breezy that day, and the breeze came through a lot better than I expected. I didn't get as hot as I thought. Of course, it was only mid-70s that day, but I didn't get as hot as I thought I would. They were fairly comfortable. It didn't really hamper my movement as much as I thought it would. And towards the end of the clip, I have a little bit of an extreme case of showing whenever I need a little bit of movement on the go. They are pretty daggone flexible. So I'll show you that at the end. This is just trimming up a little tree that fell down when we were clearing the road. So we got that all picked up, pretty daggone excited about it. Remember this shot later in the video. We're going to talk about the progress we have made cleaning up this property. This is what all the acreage looked like when we first got here. We've put a lot of time and effort into it, and we'll put a lot more time and effort into it. But this is how we're getting it going the right way. One bite at a time. I pick one spot, I work it, get everything cut down and thrown in a pile, and then we'll move to the next one. And eventually, we'll get it all. Now, we're going to test the maneuverability of these pants. Our 9-year-old's getting ready to run out. Say there's a stray dog at the house chasing the chickens. And we're going to go from straight work mode, I'll slow it down for you, straight work mode to straight obnoxious sprint, no time flat, no restrictions, full maneuverability. Absolutely love these Husqvarna pants. Chickens turned out just fine, by the way. Doggo chased that stray off like she's supposed to do.
So here's what we got going on for this little segment. We got this little guy right here. We're just going to lay him off that side. I was trying to leave as many trees along the side of the road as possible, like I mentioned earlier, where you like the kind of wandering effect, but you can see where the ditch line goes. Right through where the stump of that tree is. Normally when I pop stumps, I like to leave the tree on for some leverage when we're pushing, but because we've already got this one exposed on 3 sides, we'll go ahead and cut her down, and whatever we use to spread the base rock with, we should be able to pop that stump out with no problem. At least that's a game plan. We'll do a little work here, and I'll set you up there somewhere where I think it's gonna go.
All right, so this is where you get the disclaimer. I'm not a lumberjack. I don't do this for a living. I'm a homeowner out here, just trying my best. You guys know that if you've been with me for a while. But I'm telling you, if you want to see somebody that knows how to hand cut, you've got to check out Nuts 319. Nuts 319. He has an awesome channel and does a lot of hand cutting, and it's awesome to watch. I always shout him out every time I hand cut because I just think it's such a good channel. And he seems like a pretty daggone good dude. Also, I know most of you guys are, but be sure you're checking out Logger Wade too. Not a lot of hand cutting there anymore, but some pretty cool hot saw action, and just an awesome dude all around with a great personality. So there's my disclaimer, there's my shout outs. Let's see if this homeowner can actually do this.
Tops there, medium saw pile tops there, whatever you want to call it. This log left, we'll just leave that laid this summer and dry out. We'll cut it in sections and pull it out this winter. We'll have to burn that this winter because I'm kind of getting past my burning in the woods season. Now I want to show you something though. Now if you're new to the channel, can you see that woods over there? See how it's a hot mess? You got dead trees on dead trees on dead trees, grapevines everywhere. A lot of that green, thick green, is honeysuckle that's overtaking. So this area kind of looked like that about 2 years ago. Now it's still a little bit of a mess, but it's much better. And I want to show you how I can tell that it's better, because we got little things like this popping up now. See, yep, poplar tree coming up. Isn't that beautiful? poplar tree coming up. We got all kinds of hardwoods coming up. So that's always encouraging whenever you put all this work into trying to turn a really trashed and poorly managed piece of property into something that could be a harvestable timber stand one day. So that's that always feels good. Anywho, one more tree I want to look at today, and I'm kind of excited about it.
Okay, so I'm going to try to explain this the best that I can. This tree originally consisted of 3 trunks, all of the same size. 2 of them are still standing. 1 of them blew down. Well, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. So you get the picture. This one's on the ground. It's been on the ground for about 2 years. What we're trying to do is cut a cookie out of this section, and for 3 very specific reasons. 1, around here where we're at, we have guys that have portable sawmills, and for hourly rates, they'll come and mill up your timber. So I'm trying to see if the inside is in decent enough shape that I can have somebody come out and mill it. If that'd be worth it for me, I can stack it up, let it dry, and use it in future projects. Reason number 2, the girls and I came out. We actually did a video about it, and we tried to identify this tree based on the bark. And we made a few guesses at it, and honestly, I wasn't really too concerned about what it really is. I just kind of want to make some memories and hang out with the girls that day. But now that the leaves are coming on, I'll get a little bit more curious about it and see if we can get it nailed down. But I thought it'd be really neat, and the girls would like to count the rings on this thing just to see how old it is. Since they came out and they helped me try to identify it, I thought they might kind of want to do a little follow-up project and learn a little bit about trees, about how you can see the age. So I want to get this cookie out and take it back to the house. Look, I'm using the big stick technique there, working pretty good, as you can see, so that they can count the rings. And reason number 3, I cut it there, so you see that section to the right. Obviously, that's the section that attached to the bottom of the tree, and it has some pretty unique features on it, and I thought slabbing that up in a few different sections might make some pretty cool tables. Just trying to make the most out of a down tree. That's all we're doing. And as you can see, we just get to the point where I say, fine, if you're not coming out in one piece, then you'll come out in the piece I need. I ended up just taking a quarter of it, which is plenty. It got to the center of it. We flopped it down on the living room floor, and for about 20 minutes we sat there and counted it multiple times until we all agreed on 79. 79 years old is how old this section of the tree is. And I'll show you one more angle here of what we're working with. This is what I'm talking about. Slabbing this a few times and seeing if we can't get a couple tables out of that. So it was a lot of fun. It was worth the work. We had a lot of fun counting the rings. And speaking of fun with the kids.
Any snacks in there?
Any snacks?
Yeah.
No, we don't have any snacks.
Snacks.
We went a mile. You're worried about snacks? What are you doing? Having fun?
This is really cool.
You like it?
Yeah.
You see any neat fossils?
Fossils there.
I don't know, look for some.
Here.
Yeah, here, let's have a look at it.
Don't throw every rock in there.
Now don't throw that one. We'll hang on to that one. Yeah. It's a shell fossil. Pretty cool, huh? See if we can find some other fossils up here.
You can see Mama there standing under the waterfall, looking gorgeous as always, giving us a little wave. So this is in the Hoosier National Forest. It's about 2 miles from our house, maybe 2 miles. It's about a mile stretch of creek bed, and there's 5 of these little waterfalls. 2 of them are in pairs, and then 1 is by itself. That's how you get to 5. Good job on the math there, Mike. Anyway, they don't really flow normally unless it's just after a rain, but it's still a lot of fun to come out here and hang out. It's just beautiful in this area. There's lots of fossils that come off this limestone face that the girls love digging through and looking at. I don't know, it's just nice to get out in the woods and get away from all the mess. The rest of this video is just a little bit of this music and some drone footage of being out in the woods and looking at these waterfalls. That's it. I just want to say thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all the continued support. Hope everybody's staying positive. Hope everybody's doing okay in their quarantine. Listen, though, I want you guys to do something for me if you don't mind. If you have a funny quarantine story or just a funny story in general, anything that's going to make somebody laugh or smile, put it in the comments so people can scroll through those comments and we can all share a little bit of a laugh and a smile together to help us, keep our spirits up during this whole mess so that we can get through this thing together, because that's what's going to take. Anyway, like I said, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.